throttle for 1 second. Oh my God! Oh, didn't mean to interrupt you guys. You know, keep doing. Eat up while you're here. There's not much left, but get it while the getting's good. You know, I'm starting to think if I want to get on the water anytime soon, this summer perhaps, I need to come up with a plan B. Got about 400 miles each way. Let's get her done. Starting at 8:12 p.m. Getting too old for this. Hell yeah. Great. No raincoat. Always check the weather for where I'm at, never where I'm going. All right, onward. Well, good morning. It is a beautiful summer morning here in somewhere Pennsylvania, farmland, country, who knows. I figured I should explain what we're doing. If you guys are watching my series on my 1977 Anthony jet boat, which is my first jet boat, I picked that thing up for cheap last year, somewhat locally. I was getting ready to install the interior in that thing and hopefully use it all summer when I discovered that at least one of the stringers is rotted, which is not the end of the world, but it's a huge job, including removing the engine. And what that basically equates to is I'm not going to be on the water anytime soon. And it's now almost July, it's late June, so you know me, I started poking around on Facebook and Craigslist and seeing if maybe there's something out there that we can buy that, you know, we can have some fun with while we work on the other jet boat. And that is why we're about 350 miles from home right now. I got a lot to do, as always, so I decided to knock out a few miles last night. Got a 2.5-star hotel right off the highway, grabbed about 4 hours of sleep, and now we are about 25 miles out from what I'm told is a 1975 Omega jet boat. So we're gonna take a look. It looks pretty clean in the pictures and video that I've got from the seller, but you know, you never know. So we're gonna go take a look, hopefully scoop this thing up, and then 6+ hours back to southern New Hampshire. So let's see what this thing looks like. Quick check. About 50 miles in. Bearings are staying cool. Uh-oh. Should probably have checked these before I left. I already lost one. It's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna torque all these. And I brought an extra one from my other boat. Maybe it's the right size. Let's see. Man, it's not grabbing very many threads. Do it without the washer maybe. Right thread, but not ideal, but we'll put it in there for now. What size do we think that is? Tighten all these up. New York and New Jersey, every time, without fail. What the hell? Like a fuel vent? Been noticing something leaking out of there. It's got to be a vent for the tank, but damn. Hope that comes off. Oh yeah, she'll buff. Get that later. Just an old fiberglass boat, 455 volts, manual choke. What a great song. Anyways, if you couldn't tell, we bought a boat. I've just had it today with traffic. This is very quickly turning into a 24-hour trip. I left last night to hopefully get back at a decent hour today, and the tri-state area, just every time I go in with a positive attitude, and then I get to Southern Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and that's that. But hey, you got to travel for the deals, and I think we got a deal on this jet boat, but I guess we'll see if that's true or not in the remainder of this video. For now, I'm going to finish out what's left of this trip and the little bit of traffic that there is, sip on my iced coffee. When I get home, I'm going to make a stiff drink, and then we'll probably go over this thing tomorrow. Trip stats so far, 13 hours, 652 miles, and 16.6 miles a gallon. Still got probably 100 miles to go, but hopefully traffic is minimal. It won't be. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, 15 miles from home. The whole journey back has been dry. It's not even raining. Water on the road. Boat is getting soaked. Oh well. All right, well, the plan was to stay home this weekend and get some stuff done, but the weather this weekend was looking really good, so we made the decision to pop up to the lake this morning, and of course, wanted to bring the new jet boat. So let's see what I bought. So made it back from Pennsylvania yesterday afternoon. Man, what a trip that was. Traffic just really screwed me. But anyways, we picked up, this is a 1974 Omega. I don't know what the model is, but that's what I'm told it is. When I started this trip, there was a blue roller here. Did I lose that on the way to... Oh, that's good. Damn it. Where did we lose the blue roller from? Yeah, so we should probably wrap that up. Add that to the list of things I now need to buy for this trailer. So yeah, trip went pretty well. Obviously, I tightened the lugs. Thank God I checked that before we left. Or before we got too far down the road, tighten those up. But the trailer did awesome, had no issues. Almost 400 miles of bumps and expansion joints and concrete and road construction all the way through the tri-state. So trailer, that gets a pass. In way better shape than my other jet boat. But anyways, let's check this thing out. I think it's 18 feet long. I was just looking. Here's your Coast Guard placard that's probably, I don't know, 50 years old at this point. Omega Boats, Anaheim, California. But it doesn't say like the model or anything, but that's cool that that's still there. So anyways, the story with this boat is that there's a kid that posted it. His name is Colin, and he was selling it for this older guy who, you know, wasn't very good with Facebook or whatever, so that's fine. I thought that the older guy had owned this boat for a while and that he had it on the water and everything, but it turns out when I got there, the older guy had bought it from Utica, New York 2 years ago or a year and a half ago and never got it on the water. So I was hoping this was going to be one of those things where, yep, it was on the water last year, it's ready to go in, I've owned it for a while, that kind of thing, but unfortunately not. So this thing appears to be ready to go on the water, but I guess we're going to find out today. Well, it's pretty cool though. Apparently the guy raced V-Drive boats back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. He had some cool pictures on the wall. He also had some cool pictures of this boat from the previous owner, back when it had some like turquoise, very 90s upholstery and a really, really awesome jet boat name. And so it was cool to see that this thing, has been, and it also had different paint at one point. So let's get into that. The boat unfortunately got wet during the last part of the trip there within, 25 miles from home, just hit some wet roads. So it's a little bit dirty right now, but the white gel coat, or at least I think it's gel coat. I don't really know how to tell if it's paint or gel coat, but it's in really, really good shape. The only defect I think really on the whole gel coat of the whole boat is right here. And that's like the worst of it. So gel coat is in better shape than my white and yellow one. Somebody spent some money on all these like anodized blue cleats and little step things here. All the gauges, which are all autometer by the way. So a good amount of money in gauges here. Have these anodized blue surrounds. Upholstery's in, it's in decent shape. There's no major tears or anything. Obviously someone tried to touch that up at one point. Like I showed in the pictures, it used to have turquoise and pink and some other stuff right here. It's like it's missing the cushions back here, but the carpet is all in good shape. Looks like someone replaced the cushions up on this side. You can see that one has some blue piping on it. This one does not, and overall just looks like somebody did it in their backyard. But, they're cushions. Floor in the boat all feels solid. I think we have a tiny little bit of delamination over here in the back. I pulled that up when I was looking at it just to see, but other than that, floor all feels solid, so we can probably fix that. Oh yeah, and this obviously goes with the boat. I took it out, obviously, to trailer it so it wouldn't get lost in the horrible roads, but this goes right here. Something like that, protects your passengers from falling into the accessory drive. Got a jetivator, which is basically a place diverter. So this is what is hopefully going to throw the 100-something foot rooster tail. There's our anodized blue pedal. Somebody put in some kicker 6x9s. There's an amp there. I don't see any head unit, so maybe it's all Bluetooth or auxiliary. Who knows? Damn. We got the wish.com fountain right here. Yeah, more anodized blue on the forward reverse nozzle control, steering wheel, Carrera. But yeah, full autometer gauges, oil pressure, water temp, RPM, fuel, voltage. Pretty clean looking dash setup here. Single axle trailer, obviously, which had me a little bit worried on the way back, because obviously if you lose a tire, you're pretty much done. But the tires don't have any dry rot or anything, no checking. They're pretty new as far as tread. I just double checked the pressure, and the trailer did awesome. The trailer has no rot or really rust anywhere. It's really in good shape. Someone put all brand new LEDs on this thing recently, including the rears here, so trailer's in good shape. Now let's talk about this right here. This is a 455 big block Oldsmobile. Just like my other jet boat, it's got the Bassett water injected headers, but instead of a 460 Ford, it's got the Oldsmobile. We got a Edelbrock Torker 455 intake. Got a fairly new Edelbrock carb on there, it looks like. We got Taylor plug wires, AC Delco plugs. Here's your water injection here. It's got the AN fittings and all that. Got a pretty wild looking scoop, fiberglass scoop on this thing that's white. It matches the rest of the gel coat. Got your T-valve or pressure relief valve for the water injection on the headers. We've got a mechanical oil pressure gauge right here and a mechanical water temperature gauge right here as well. Also, check this out. Boom. We've got a Moroso Marine high volume oil pan on this thing. And I think that's important because you jet boat guys can chime in. I'm sure if you haven't already commented, the 455 Oldsmobiles have been around for a long time. Obviously, they were one of the first marine jet boat engines or power plants, but they do suffer from oiling issues as far as I know. The oil passages in the heads are apparently not big enough, so all the oil gets stuck basically up in the valve train and the valve covers up here. Doesn't get back down to the lower end, and then the lower end is starved of oil and you smoke bearings or, you know, seize it up, whatever. Sorry, just stopped for some Jersey Mike's on the way up here. That ham sandwich is coming back up. So my guess is that's why that is here. As far as this engine is concerned, relating back to what I was saying about the previous owner, he didn't know a ton about it. He was, you know, obviously it's a 455 Olds, but didn't really know if it had a cam in it or if, you know, it was a built motor or anything like that. But obviously someone spent some money, you know, painting this thing, this like candy blue. We've got fabricated, TIG welded aluminum valve covers here, the Taylor plug wires, a brand new Edelbrock carb, the aluminum intake. These are the C heads, which apparently are pretty desirable. Chrome alternator, Moroso marine oil pan. These Bassett water injected headers, as you guys already know, looks like somebody ceramic coated them. So this is probably a $2,500 all said and done right there. Someone has spent some money on this motor, but as far as what's inside of it, you know, who really knows? Unlike my Anthony jet boat, which is a full stringer or 3/4 stringer boat, the stringers go to right up under the cowl here. This is what's called a quarter stringer boat, and as the name implies, they only run basically to the front of the engine, and that's basically all the strength in the hull right there. Of course, based on what we saw in the last video, I checked these, made sure they were solid. Stringers in this thing are all solid. Haven't seen any signs of critters or anything like that. Remove this panel back here. We got a brand new battery shut-off switch there. This here is a jacuzzi pump, and I don't know a lot about these. The big dog in the jet boat world is obviously the Berkeley pumps. It's generally accepted that those are the best. My Anthony has a Panther pump, which are known for being extremely reliable at the 300, 400, 500 horsepower range, but you're not going to get a ton of speed out of them. There are kits you can buy for those, and might have already got one of those, but that boat's a little bit away from that right now. The jacuzzi pumps, I don't know if they're any better. You guys can let me know your thoughts on the jacuzzi pumps. I believe there's also a kit for these that kind of converts them to like a Berkeley style bowl, but I don't know if this one has that or not. So if any of you guys see anything that I'm missing, let me know. It does have, like I said, the place diverter on it. That's this mechanism and arm right here. So hopefully we'll be shooting some rooster tails. The control cables all look pretty new. So yeah, that's what I bought. There's obviously a lot more to still go through. I couldn't really run this thing. We cranked it over and it fired off for like 3 seconds in the guy's driveway, but obviously you're really not supposed to run these things out of the water, so I just wanted to hear it light off, which it did, and that was pretty much that. But what did I pay for this thing? He was originally asking $13,000, then it was marked down to 11, which was when I reached out. I got there, I got him down to $9 grand for this thing, which me personally, I think that's a great deal for this boat. I guess we'll see once I get out on the water, but seeing as how I had to drive 7 hours each way to get it, like I've been saying ever since I've started on jet boats on this channel, you just cannot find them. And then on the East Coast, really, in the Northeast especially, there's like 0 for sale. They're either complete junk, or there's one for sale right now that's like completely redone, and it's like 35 grand or something like that. So finding a $10,000-ish jet boat that you might be able to get out on the water in is, you got to travel for it. But let me know what you guys think about this deal. Anyways, right now I think I'm gonna just pull a plug, maybe scope a cylinder or two, make sure all that looks good. I might change the water separator. He did give me an extra one of those just because I don't know when the last time this thing was on the water. Probably a good thing to do. He did just change the oil, so we're gonna double check the oil level there. And I gotta figure out what's up with this fuel tank. It's still dumping fuel out this like overflow valve. I feel like there's supposed to be like a check valve somewhere in between there, because otherwise it seems like this thing's just gonna be constantly sloshing fuel out of the tank. But I guess we'll just have to learn as we go. But yeah, let's dive into this thing and hopefully get it on the water this afternoon. Last time I did all this work, I rebuilt the carb, I put new plugs in it, did a whole bunch of stuff, and the thing ran worse. So I think this time I'm gonna go on the opposite end of the spectrum, do nothing, dump it in the water, and see if it goes any better. We're just gonna quickly pull the spark plug. I wanna scope just one of the cylinders, see what we see in there. That looks like a reasonably new plug. AC Delco R43S. Alright, this is I don't even know what cylinder. I don't know Oldsmobiles. Hey, see the cross hatching? Who knows if it was done at a machine shop or if that's just a dingle ball hone. I don't know, no water or damage or scarring or anything like that, so that's good. All right, now I just want to double check the oil, which says it was just changed, but who knows if it's at the right level. Oh, and we gotta change that water separator too. I don't see anywhere else to add oil other than this baffle, so that's where we're gonna dump it in.
For real? Is that really where you add it?
Yeah, it's a kitchen sponge. Oh God. Don't rock the boat. All right, we're over here at our EPA certified waste facility.
This is good for my dad's garden.
Well, I don't see what your dad's garden has to do with this, considering we're at an EPA waste, certified facility. But I don't know. I mean, looks like a long day of drinking with not enough water, but I've seen worse fuel, so we'll see if she runs like this. It's been sitting for at least a year, but it's not, it doesn't smell like deck varnish. It still smells like fuel, so I don't know. You want to go boating?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Check this out. Top of the baffle, Moon Equip. Old school hot rodders will know.
You put the sponge back in?
Sure did.
It's pretty calm too.
Let's go to the boat launch, see if it fires up, see if this thing runs or if I got it dead.
Don't get your hopes up.
I'm not. There's a million boat jokes you could make right now, so we'll see. That's not going anywhere.
Let's hope no big waves come. These old-time
So I was hearing the alternator squeak, or the belt, it sounded like belt squeal. This pulley is, or this bracket is really loose. So I'm gonna see if I can get this pulley, or this bracket tightened first.
Mid-leg repair.
Maybe that's why it wasn't charging at idle. It was just like slipping, basically. We're losing all the chrome finish on our alternator.
Wait, that bottom piece is like still loose.
I know, I need to keep it loose in order to get the belt on.
Oh. Do you like my opinions?
Yeah, I do.
Observations?
There you go. And I'm bleeding. Sign of a good project. I think it's that chrome flaking off is like wicked sharp. Yeah, that was definitely what it was.
Good thing the boat's white.
So we got up to about 210 and we got steam coming out the port over here. It was holding temperature for a while. Maybe I need to open this thing more. Really don't want to touch the headers right now. Other than both of us feeling like we're half deaf now.
Can't hear out of this ear.
Huh? Anybody else wear hearing protection when they run their jet boat? Would an LS with turbos be a little quieter? All right, well, maybe we'll go for a swim, let this thing cool down a little bit, and then see if we make it back to shore. But hey, I made it out farther in this jet boat than I did in the other two expeditions in my other jet boat. So we'll call that a win for right now, assuming this thing isn't
overheated and seized up, but at least the sun's shining. All right, let's see if she cooled down after a quick swim break.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Let's make sure there's water coming out this time. Yeah, you'll flood the boat motor.
Boat with motor.
Boat with water. Come on. You need that jump pack.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. Who could have predicted this? A jump pack from China. What do you say, kid? Hey, business.
Go that way.
Oh, what's that? You think we should head back to shore?
Yeah, I do.
You sure you don't want to go deeper? Balance the temperature. You get the valve all the way open, we dump water out the headers. If you don't open it enough, we start getting too hot. And this is supposed to regulate that. Jesus! Alright, hold on. I gotta shut that valve a little bit. Take us home, Captain. All right, give it full throttle for 1 second. Oh my God! Holy crap!
That wasn't even full.
What? All right, so yeah, now we got water coming in right there, so stay in it a little bit.
We made it.
Hey, we didn't get stranded.
Woo!
Almost.
A little stressful, but
Also, these things do not steer. Oh man.
don't get me.
Why do you leak so much water? And it's only from this side too, huh? I don't know, a little bit over here too. Okay, just jet boat things. All right, let's pull this thing out. That was fun. It's loud, huh?
I can't hear anything.
Can't hear nothing. to take your plug out while you're still on the ramp so the boat is angled backwards. Especially if you got a boat that takes on water.
I love how you were like, oh, it's barely any.
Yeah, I mean, we were on the water for at least 10 minutes. So that's not that bad for 10 minutes.
Probably more, honestly.
Oh, what?
What, you don't want to show actually how much water is in the boat?
Hey, stop filming. Everything's fine.
Ew.
Well, thanks to you guys, my viewers, this YouTube channel has grown to the point that it has become a little bit of an income stream for me. But I still have my day job, my investment accounts, 401k, checking, savings accounts, bills, all that. And to be quite honest, sometimes it becomes a little bit overwhelming. That's why Monarch, the sponsor of today's video, has become more important to me than ever. Monarch is a private, ad-free finance app that brings all those things I just mentioned into one clean, easy to read dashboard. Monarch's gonna allow you to see your accounts, your spending, your net worth, your debt payoff progress, and all your recurring bills in one clean view. And Monarch's gonna use your real financial data to use AI-powered insights to help you reach your goals. With Monarch, I can track all of my income streams, all of my bills, my 401k, investment accounts, all of that, my net worth, and it's all right there in front of me, which makes it really easy to see if you're heading the right way towards your goals, or maybe you got a little bit more work to do. You guys can use my code CS50 for your first year of financial clarity, 50% off. Thanks to Monarch for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to the action. All right, made it back from the lake. Very successful first run in my 1975 Omega. Had a ton of fun. It was a beautiful day. We didn't blow anything up. We didn't sink. Also, check this out. I was just looking at the motor a little bit more closely here. ARP head studs on this thing. Man, it'd be great if I could find an access point to try and scope this thing. Because, I mean, is this thing built or did someone just hone it out? Do ARP head studs, all new gaskets, all that stuff? Or, you know, are we talking forged rods, fully built motor? I mean, it's certainly got some money in it, as we've discussed here. Someone took the time to, you know, paint everything this nice candy blue color. Who knows? A couple little things I'd like to take care of. Obviously, you saw we had an issue with the alternator belt on the water. It was squealing, still a little bit too loose. I don't know if this bracket is maxed out, if I need a different one, or, you know, this chinsy little spacer here is the problem, but I was able to get it to stop squealing, so I must have got it tight enough, but could probably deal with that. Probably could route this oil line a little bit cleaner. These things need to be screwed back in. Same thing with the thing back there. Oil still looks good. Didn't milkshake that on our first run, so that's always a good sign. So yeah, other than figuring out what to do about how to adjust this valve so that we don't overheat the motor, but then also have water leaking down here onto the carpet. If any of you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I know I've read before that you start at about a turn and a half out, but like I said, it seemed really sensitive to dumping water on the floor versus overheating. I thought that this Bassett T was supposed to kind of regulate that, but maybe I need to take this apart and there's a faulty part inside of here, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Jet boat guys, let me know. But other than that, we basically dumped this thing right in the water. So I'd like to try and clean it up a little bit, give it a wash from our trip home from Pennsylvania. Maybe vacuum it out a little bit, see if we can clean these seats up a little bit. Get some dirt off this trailer, which has these beautiful, like, polished aluminum wheels. So those are sick. Really just little stuff, but overall, I'm pretty happy with my purchase. I think that this is gonna scratch my itch to jet boat this summer while I continue to work on my 1977 Anthony. Which, by the way, a lot of you guys commented on one of the first two videos, but this boat, of course, came with the Panther pump, which to a lot of guys is not all that desirable. I picked up one of those, basically, it's called an accelerator kit from Jet Boat Performance that basically converts this to a Berkeley-style split bowl or mixed bowl. So it should act basically like the top dog Berkeley pump. It wasn't cheap, but like I said, I'm going to be looking to go fast in this thing. Hopefully, maybe crack 3-digit speeds in that thing. So big build plan for that, but that's obviously going to take a lot of time and probably even more money. So in the meantime, if we can scoot around in this thing and then
midway through summer, or half, you know, 3/4 of the way through summer, sell it for a profit. That'd be cool too. Let's clean it up. Well, we're heading into record heat wave here in the Northeast. So we could probably use this rain, but gotta say, when you're trying to buff and ceramic coat a boat, it is incredibly inconvenient. But I've covered and uncovered this thing as little showers have moved through 4 times in the last hour. So I think I'm just gonna call it. Got this thing looking super slick. Just gave the whole thing a quick one-stage buff. Got the seats cleaned up pretty good. Again, they're not perfect, but they're not bad for the age of the boat. Carpet's all lightly shampooed, scrubbed, vacuumed. The whole boat got a nice buff. Looks really, really good. Of course, it already did, but yeah, I mean, what do you think, guys? What do you think of my $9,000 Omega jet boat? She needs a couple things. I got to figure out why it keeps puking water out the headers. I think I'm gonna start with taking this valve apart, making sure the spring isn't seized up or anything. Obviously, this thing was winterized for a couple years. Maybe it got rusty or something in there. If you guys have any other tips, let me know. But it's really coming down right now, so I'm gonna cover this thing up. We'll finish ceramic coating it tomorrow or something. I'm looking forward to the lake this weekend, 4th of July weekend, letting this thing rip and hopefully not having too many issues. But let me know what you guys think of jet boat number 2 on the channel. Let me know if you're going to be watching the build on the 1977 Anthony. Plenty more coming on the CTSV and everything else on the channel. Like, subscribe, got some new merch coming pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. Catch you guys in the next one.